I first met in Omaha. I had been hearing about Dan Canfield from my brother Mark, who had been working out in San Francisco with him, and I thought, oh, Dan must be great, but I couldn't remember what he looked like, and so we all met up at a bar over Thanksgiving, and we walked in and Dan was already there, and I looked at my brother and I said, that's Dan Canfield? He was way cuter than the person I was thinking of.
We were actually meeting to see Rachel's brother Mark, and then she happened to be there, really didn't think too much of it, kind of said, hi, what's going on? We started a little conversation.
I pulled Dan over and we had a conversation for about 30 minutes. And it was a great introduction, and I just had a great time talking to him.
And just kind of left it at that from there.
We went on a family trip to go visit my brother in San Francisco, and Dan made sure to come along to every single thing we did.
When her and her sister and her parents came in town, they actually rented like a 7-passenger van, and they wanted me to be included in everything they did.
My mom knew that Dan was cute and that we would be seeing a lot of Dan, so my mom said to my dad, she's like, Gary, you have to rent a 7-passenger van when we go to San Francisco so Dan can come along and do everything with our family. So I think my mom might have been doing some planning behind the scenes.
I'd probably say she made the first original move. I was kind of oblivious to what's going on, kind of a typical guy sort of thing, like talking with her but not really engaging with her maybe that much.
A few days into the trip, Dan finally noticed me and noticed that I was there. And it wasn't until we started karaokeing later that night that I knew Dan could be the one for me.
And then Mark pulled me aside. He's like, man, you gotta talk to my sister. She likes you. I think you like her. Like, you gotta talk to her more. And then from there, sat next to her like at the next dinner, and things really started to heat up a little bit.
After that, I went home and I thought I have to see Dan again. So I kept calling him, and he called me, and we texted, and I booked a flight out to San Francisco to see him again. And we hit it off again, and then he booked a flight out to see me in Minneapolis, and there we went.
My favorite girl.
The proposal, I was looking at the calendar. I wanted her whole family to be involved because family's everything to her, and saw that, ooh, there's so many events coming up, this is gonna be tough. So kind of scrambled a little bit and ended up doing it in March. But for me, Rach really loves kind of video. She loves fonts and music sort of thing. So I put together a video of the time we've spent together. And we were driving to Omaha for that weekend.
We decided we were gonna stop halfway. So we decided to pick out a bed and breakfast and stop in Des Moines. So we get to the bed and breakfast, and there's rose petals in the room, and I'm like, oh, this is so nice, Dan. The lady put out rose petals for us.
She's like, oh, isn't this sweet that the innkeeper did this? Yeah, and I'm like, the innkeeper? That was me. Don't give her the credit.
He said, Rach, come on over, I want to show you something. And he opened up his laptop and showed me this beautiful video that he had made. He had put together pictures from the times that we were together with crying-induced music. And so as we were watching the video, of course, tears were coming down my face and tears were coming down his face. And it got to the next part of the video after the pictures where Dan had recorded himself calling my dad and asking for permission to marry me, which I thought was so sweet.
And then at the end it said, your family's about to get a little bigger right now. And then asked, will you marry me? And went down on one knee and did the whole shtick. And we kind of both blacked out, so I'm not really sure what happened after that, but she said yes, and here we are.
When worry rises and drowns you in mid-sea, when the lights go out and hope is all you need, I'll stand by you, I'll be your bravery. I'll be there for you, you're always there for me.
Gosh, our children are together and it's a perfect match. We see in your eyes how you look at each other, back and forth, and we know that this is a very special day and you will have a very special life. And know that we all love you.
Rach, as I sat down to recall a fun story or adventure we had together, I had a tough time just choosing one. I could have talked about how we first started flirting on Segways in San Francisco, our first dinner date at Mark's apartment, how you surprised me at the airport when I first moved to Minneapolis, and countless other memories we've shared together. Then I thought back to just 3 weeks ago, when you went out of town to Omaha to finalize plans for the wedding, and as I went to bed that night,
What happened?
yeah, let me oh, now it gets deep. There, you broke it, that's good. I pulled back the covers and discovered a note from you that read, there's less than 3 weeks until I marry the love of my life. I can't wait. You're my one true love. This is one of the many examples how you show your love day in and day out for me, and know exactly how to make me happy. Today, looking at you now, I'm so excited to shortly call you my wife and share the many ups and downs we will go through together. Now the wait is just about over, and even when we are old and wrinkly in 105 years, I hope you still leave me love notes, because I'm sure I will, just so you know that you are loved and you mean everything to me. I love you, Rach.
Dan, when I first met you 2.5 years ago, I had a feeling I would like you. As our relationship grew, I love the way that you always made me feel special by calling me your one true love and your one and only. And the most important thing about you, my favorite thing about you, is that you always make me laugh. So Dan, on our wedding day, I vow to make you do a choreographed karaoke song with me at least once a year. Always say, honey, I'm home, after a long day of work. Leave you secret notes all over the house when I'm gone. Work hard to get through all the challenges of a marriage, and appreciate how lucky I am to have someone who makes me feel the way you do. I will always try as hard as I can to make you feel the same. I love you. Dan is so funny. He is just so witty, and he makes everyone feel so comfortable when he walks into a room. I could tell after just a few moments that his joking around and his wittiness were something that I was really enjoying, and that I could really tell had a good balance with me.
Probably the biggest thing for me, I'm kind of a jokester and like to have fun, and she would always laugh at my jokes. So I said a stupid joke or something, and she would be the one to laugh, and I would like fuel off that. So she laughed in one, I'd tell another one. I just want to keep kind of telling jokes and having a good time, because she was like supporting me and the one that I know would laugh right there.
He is also just so caring and loving. I always feel so loved when I'm with him. And that's just a feeling that I really appreciate and I can't live without now.